Hello. Thank you for joining Only in Sedona Yoga for this Hatha to Restorative flow. These simple, basic flows are suitable for yogis of all levels, beginners, those who just want to relax, and those incorporating their yoga program as part of their healing. You don't need any equipment today, but feel free to grab any props you might like, and let's talk to our mats. Okay, beautiful yogis, come to an all fours. We're going to begin with just some gentle cat-cows to unite your breath and body. So as you inhale, sink into the saddle of that low back. And as you exhale, round up like a scared Halloween kitty. Do this several more times, moving with your breath as you even out your breathing. Maybe get in touch with the ujjayi breath. Letting your exhales echo out over your soft palate. Sounds and feels a little like Darth Vader breath. And give me just 2 or 3 more here. As you form a private intention for your practice, mentally shut out the outside world and tune into breath and body. And come to a neutral spine. We're going to go up into our first down dog. You might want to move your hands just a little bit forward, tuck your toes, lift up, making a pyramid shape with your body. Imagine you have a pulley around those hips lifting you up. And since it's our first one, get comfy by bending your knees, pressing that tushy towards the sky, and then once more moving with breath, walk out your dog. And then lift on both toes. Drop your heels and give me one deep breath here. And you can smile and sigh if that feels good before rippling out to a plank. Nice long wave. You can always drop your knees if you like to chaturanga. Otherwise, keep those elbows hugged in. Your shoulders come slightly forward. Come all the way down. Feel your strength for a minute if you can, before placing your belly on the floor. And just come into a cobra. Look over each shoulder. Stretching it out here. And then we're going to take it back into a child's pose. And we're going to do this simple flow progression 2 more times. So lift up to all fours. Come back into your child's pose and give me a breath or 2 here. And then come up to all fours. And give me a cat-cow. And then return to your flat spine, tuck your toes, press into your down dog. Maybe adjust, take a breath or 2 here. Or rippling out to that plank again. Dropping your knees if you want, or just chaturanga down. And then come back into that cobra. Open your heart to the sky. Notice your hips are down, elbows stay bent. And then push back to that child's pose again. A breath or 2 here. And then back up for one more round, giving me that cat-cow. Moving to the flat spine, tucking those toes, and finding your down dog for a breath or two. Rippling out to a plank, finding that top of the push-up before chaturanga down. Let your belly come down. Push up into your cobra and take a breath. And then last time back to your child's pose. So rounding up, this time taking a flat spine and going back into that down dog. Just taking a quick breath here before walking it forward to the front of your mat, surrendering down to your forward fold, and then come rounding it up all the way up to the top. Pausing when you get here, join your hands, stretch an inch taller, maybe grab onto one wrist, and lean to the side, look up at the beautiful sky, and do that to the other side. And then bring your hands back to heart center as you pause for a mindful breath to reconnect with your intention. And let's flow through a few standing Hatha poses together. Inhale. Exhale. And let's begin with your next inhale. Lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, surrender, forward fold. Inhale to your flat spine. Exhale, step or hop it back to your plank. This time going into an up dog, chaturanga down. Into your up dog, notice my hips and knees are up so that I can easily roll over my toes and find my down dog. Join me here in your down dog. Take a breath. And then with your next inhale, lift that right leg up. Let that knee bend, let it fall open to the side. Take a breath or two as you mindfully observe that hip opening before bringing it through, placing that foot right between the palms, pivoting the back foot to 45. Cartwheel yourself up to a beautiful warrior two. Really feel the strength in your legs here. Take a few mindful breaths. You're strong. Your next inhale takes you up to a peaceful warrior. Exhale over to a side angle. Give me a breath or two here. Before inhaling up to the center, and you're just going to collapse to a wide leg forward fold. And then inhale up to a peace sign on your right. And exhale, let it come down. Inhale up to a peace sign on the left. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Pivot the back foot, the one towards the back of the mat, and just lean into that warrior two on the other side now. Your next inhale takes you up to a peaceful warrior. Your next exhale takes you to a side angle. Inhale up. Maybe walk the feet in just a touch. Give me a double handcuff, interlacing your hands behind your back. And fall into that forward fold. Take a breath or two here. Moving back towards the front of your mat now. Inhale your way up. Exhale, come into a low lunge on the front of your mat. Inhale as you open that up into a twist. And then bring this arm down, step back, and flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling to your upward dog. Exhale, meet me in downward dog. Take a breath here. Before walking it forward to the front of your mat. Inhaling to a flat spine. Exhale as you collapse, soften your knees as you come rolling up. Take a deep breath overhead again. Interlace those fingers. And let's just stop and grab that wrist again. Stretch to one side. And to the other side. Bringing your hands to heart center. Brief mindful pause before we do that on the other side. Inhaling up. Exhale, surrender, forward fold. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, step or hop back to your plank. Chaturanga and come into an up dog. Or you can do a cobra if you prefer. I always want to encourage you to personalize these flows. If a move doesn't work for your body, exit out. Try another variation. Be kind to yourself. From this down dog where you're here, this time your left leg comes up. Let it fall open. Explore the opening of that hip a little bit. And then bring it on through for that warrior two, planting it between your palms, pivoting the back foot, cartwheeling yourself up. Feel the strength of your legs. Your next inhale lifts you up to a peaceful warrior. Your next exhale takes you to a side angle. And then your next breath brings you up to center. You won't see me for a second. Maybe walk your feet in before taking a wide leg forward fold. And then inhaling peace sign right. Exhale, collapse. Inhale, peace sign on the other side. Exhale, collapse. And then take that to the side, become a star. Exhale, collapse. And on the other side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale all the way up. Pivot that back foot, the one facing the back of the mat. Find that warrior two facing the other direction. Your next inhale lifts you up. Exhale into that side angle. I wish you could be here enjoying this beautiful view with me. Mentally take a vacation. And then inhale, center. Maybe walk the feet in a notch before finding that double handcuff. Lifting your chest tall before finding your wide leg again. And then inhale yourself up. We're going back towards the front of the mat. Pivot that toe. Come down to your low lunge on the front. Open it up with a twist. And then just bring this top arm down. Flow through your vinyasa. Meeting me in your down dog, where you pause for a breath to catch up. And then from here, you're just gonna walk it right to your center of your mat. And you can collapse in a forward fold if you want. Before rolling it up, keep those knees soft, always, always. Quick little bit of balance before we come down for some restorative poses. Find your balance on your right leg, going into tree. Remember, you can stay down here. You can hold a wall or a chair. If it's within your practice, lift that foot up, place it on your thigh. Find your balance. Come out with control. And then shift that, maybe shake the legs a little first. And then find that balance on the other side. Lift that leg. And if you're a little sweaty like me, your foot might start to slide down your leg. That's okay. We're in a heat wave. Supposed to be in triple digits today, but we're out here early. Come on out with control. And then just take those feet hips width apart and come down into a yogi squat. Pause for a minute here. Shifting from side to side. Feels good. On those knees before letting your backside rest. And just turning it around. We're going to go into a Janu. So bring the palm of one foot against your thigh. Sitting up tall and staying forward. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, just fold to the side. Now you can reach for the toes if you prefer. You can bring this hand around. Or you can just hold here. We'll be holding each restorative pose for about a minute. Just long enough to let those muscles and connective tissues open up. Use this time to once again focus on your breath. Perhaps elongating those exhales. I like to inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 5. Come out of this, place your hand down, open up into a quick gate before bringing this down. And then just switching to the other side. Take that leg out, get a good position. Inhale yourself up. Exhale, hold. And you can look up here. And really feeling the stretch along the side body. And when you've had enough, open up to a quick gate just to reverse that stretch. And then come on down. Come onto your knees into a nice kneeling position. And come up nice and straight and tall. We're going to do a half camel. So all you're going to do is bring one hand back to your heel as the sun goes up. And just take a breath or two. And as you come out of that and release, go into a child's pose and stay here for a breath or two. And then come up and do that to the other side. Find your heel, lift up and back. And then come out and find that child's pose again. Come on up to a seat and then bring your legs through. We're going to take a supine position. So we're going to lie back, ensure you have plenty of room to go back. Taking it back, 2 final poses here as we wrap up our flow today. Starting with the supine pigeon. Cross this leg over You might feel enough here, but if you need a little more, you can reach through. Hold and breathe into those hips. Many times we hold a lot of tension, emotional tension in our hips and shoulders. And that can unfortunately translate into considerable back pain, especially low back pain. So if you look at the anatomy of your hips, they're the biggest joint in your body. So many intercrossing muscles, ligaments, tendons. And keeping that area supple helps to release some of that emotional energy. And doing it while breathing deeply helps you ease some of that anxiety. And it can help correct some of the physical pain. Let's bring this foot back down to the mat. This knee here that's up, you're just going to let it fall in the direction it's pointing, and that's going to feel a really good stretch along your ITB band. You can extend the other arm. Everything in your body works together. Your mind, body, your spirit, your emotional, psychological health influences your physical health and vice versa. It's all a beautiful union, and the word yoga means union. And talking to the mat is your time to unite your body, mind, and spirit, and to work on whatever healing you may need. Let's bring this back up. Before we switch to the other side, just give me a quick cradle, which is just giving yourself a beautiful hug, and then come out, take that to the other side. Find that supine pigeon, and I'll be quiet now so you can focus on your breath. With your next exhale, bring the foot back to the floor. This top knee that's out, just let it fall in the direction it's pointing while the other arm comes out. Getting that great ITB band stretch. And when you're done, come into one final cradle. Give yourself a hug as you thank yourself for taking this time for your healing. And then simply fall out into your final resting pose. If you're going to end your practice here and go to sleep, you may wish to stop the recording. Otherwise, just take a few breaths here with me. Maybe counting backwards from 5 as a simple meditation. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue breathing on your own. And when you're ready, blink your eyes open, wiggle your fingers and toes, get a little movement in your body. Gently roll yourself over to one side, but take your time, there's no rush. When you're ready, lovingly bring yourself up to a seat. Coming into an easy Sukhasana seat as we seal our practice by taking one more deep breath. Tapping our forehead to remind us to be mindful of our thoughts. Our lips for mindfulness of speech. And our hearts in gratitude for our practice. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with Only in Sedona Yoga. Our up-to-date website, our updated website is almost ready for launch, so keep looking for that. And if you haven't yet, please help us continue to grow by hitting that subscribe button, getting alerts to all our new shows. We have a new one coming out every single Wednesday, so look for that each week and have a wonderful, blessed day. Namaste.